Time to scream profanities that are against TOS.
Don't break us on the last episode, damn it. Do that on the first episode.
Nah,
Alright.
see, the thing is, we got to do it on the last episode because then at that point, it's all over. What the fuck are they gonna do, ban us?
Yes.
Then we left on a good note where almost everyone survived.
Jesus. Everyone survives except for Twitch.
See, the thing is, though, if we get banned now, means the rest of our D&D doesn't get posted.
Yeah. Makes me sad. Alright. Somebody go check if our audio is actually playing through because I'm paranoid.
The way you
Oh.
said that made it sound like you were telling one of us to get off of our lazy asses and walk into the next room to see if the sound was working.
You
I mean, he pretty
know,
much is.
when we are in person, that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I will throw something at someone so they'll walk into the next room.
What if I
As
don't wanna?
well, I'm going to assume it's working. I might have it right here, but I can't really play. Well, actually, I can mute that, and then I can just go here and unmute this. You say something. Yuki. Alright, cool, I can hear you. Alright, cool, that works. Forgot that I can actually just mute my game and it works. Alright, welcome everybody to another episode, and the last episode of Titans Clash. Today we are going to be finishing up all the loose ends that we have, and we're going to be finding the story. I has cookies. Jab has cookies in the grave. But we're going to be finding out what exactly is happening to Sasuke and Ace. Now, the both of you have now lost pretty much every single friend that you have made in your entire journey in the Wastelands. Wow,
At least most of them are still alive, as far as we're aware.
that is true. Yeah, you're fairly certain that Wandy will stay alive and kicking until the day you both die. Uh,
That's fair,
and
yeah.
Krampus, you don't think anything can kill.
That's actually not true because he got one shot. Or no, two shot by a death claw that one
That
time.
is true, but he also took a mini nuke to the face, so it's really a toss up of who kills who dies.
It depends on how angry he is and how many drugs are in his system.
That is true. Unfortunately, you don't have the midget to regulate his drugs.
I'm not sure if that's bad for Krampus or bad for everything around Krampus.
A little bit of both. Let's go with that. But yeah,
Sure.
so you guys are still on bed rest at the moment. Well, you're attempting to get you Sasuke to be on bed rest. She's your medic, so she's actively just refusing to rest much. Pretty much the bare minimum, because she can, I guess. I'm assuming that's what your character's personality would do, Yuki.
Yep.
Yeah. And you are in ungodly amounts of pain. It's been like a week since Wandy left, so you're feeling a little bit better. You only feel like several tanks ran over your sides and back and face.
Listen, I've got my knees bashed in by Sasuke, and I've smelled the armpits of Krampus. Nothing can kill me. No
I
amount
can
of
kill
pain
you.
is worse than that. We're gonna be
Yeah,
trying to walk in a day or two.
your heat, the heat of the fire, or the sheer burns of the mini nuke have finally gone away. Yukia slathered you in more ointment than you can tell from God,
I
but
have more ointment than skin.
yeah. So you're able to walk with a cane and ignoring all the incredible amounts of pain that you're usually in. But you can walk. It's not advisable by any creature on the planet. In fact, you're fairly certain that, most creatures would be killing themselves rather than watching you walk. But you can walk.
Okay, I can walk in excruciating pain. So let's give it like another 48 hours, and then I'm gonna be packing my shit and we're leaving.
Do you tell
Mm,
Sasuke your plan?
No, because I know she'll try and stop me.
yeah, I'll bash your fucking knees in again.
Oh god. That is a very effective way to make it so he don't walk to that grave. So about 48 hours or so pass, and you are able to walk with only medium amounts of exceptional pain. Is manageable and bearable. Then you absolutely need a cane, which effectively is just one of your guns, honestly. Uh, but you are capable of walking decently long distances without falling
What do you
under your
mean,
own weight.
basically one of my guns? None of my guns are long.
Oh, that's true.
My longest gun is like 14 inches, so,
Oh,
like end to
oh,
end.
you probably still have at least one of the swords that you've picked up over the many long while.
I
You
think I gave
probably
all
took
those
the
to either
sword that you
Krampus or
put Krampus
Sasuke.
on.
I dare you to
You
touch
might
my
have taken
sword.
his sword, or actually no, his sword probably would have melted. Never mind, his sword's gone. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
holding to keep yourself up. None of your guns are long enough. You don't really have any decently long weapons.
It's a like 4 foot piece of 2x4 that we've slimmed down a little bit so it's not as heavy,
This is just what you've been doing for the last couple days. Is just taking your knife and just shink, shink, shink.
pretty much.
So you have a long ass piece of wood that you're pretty much just leaning your entire weight on every step. It's like a feeble old man attempting to cross a river. It's excruciating to look at, but you're fine with it. Fine being a relative term here. It's not nearly as
Yeah, that's fine.
painful as the last week. Or 2 weeks, actually.
That's fair. Okay. I grab my backpack, throw it over my shoulder, put my hat on, and start walking out the door as I whistle for Sasuke.
Uh, I'm gonna catch his ankles and drag his ass back to bed.
You grab his
Um,
ankle, which
can I roll agility to avoid her ankle biting tendencies?
oh god. Sure. Agility -2.
Wow!
You
I
attempt
have
to
a 9
move. You
agility and
really
still fail.
do. You really attempt to move, but then you realize you ain't moving at any speed. She's not even trying very hard to grab you. You move at any speed more than an old man with a shot up leg is just it's not gonna happen. So she grabs your
Okay,
ankle, which is about as painful as her stabbing a tire iron into your leg after melting it.
can I attempt to just drag her
Yeah,
as
yeah.
I
Well,
continue to walk?
both of you roll me opposing strengths. You, Sasuke, you have almost no strength, and everything in your body also hurts considerably, almost as much as Ace, considering you've barely had much bed rest. Ace, you took pretty much the full blast of the very edge of a mini nuke to your body. You have almost no strength on you, so it's like two toddlers playing tug of war. just with your leg.
Well, time to see if she trips on something.
I'm gonna. Can I brace myself against something and yank harder?
Roll me agility. You attempt to, and you lose your grip on his leg. So you just kind of stumble backwards against the wall you were attempting to brace on.
I begin hobbling my way as fast as I can out the door,
I run
yelling,
and jump on his back.
"Freedom!"
Oh.
I'm trying to topple him from the top now, so I'm gonna run and jump on his back, and hopefully he's in so much pain he falls to the floor that I can drag him back to bed.
Oh God.
I do have a third limb though now.
Yeah, roll me endurance, -4, Sasuke, and Ace, roll me strength. Oh.
Oh.
So, Sasuke, you jump and land onto his back, which nearly knocks you unconscious from the sheer amount of pain that floods through your body as your body comes into contact with his. And Ace, you have absolutely no strength in holding the stick that you are currently holding, so you just fucking hit the ground. Roll me endurance.
God damn it! If I knock myself unconscious, I swear to God.
You are
Success.
more conscious than she is. The amount of pain her body just went through is astonishing.
My ribs again.
Yeah, you're fairly certain you heard at least 3 cracks from her body as she hit you. You're fairly certain you just possibly broke a couple fingers in your hand as you were struggling to grip the stick so hard.
Which
But
hand?
you're awake.
Please tell me it was not my shooting hand. I only have one of those.
I imagine you would have been holding it with your right hand the most tightly, so probably it was your right hand.
Cool, well I'm left-handed anyway, so fuck you.
There you go. Yeah, you broke like your pinky and your ring finger on your right hand.
Ow.
Yeah. You're still awake though. She's struggling to stay
Breathe.
conscious at the moment against your spine, which by the way is in flaring agony. But
I can't breathe properly right now.
yeah. She's in a lot of pain.
I just kind of lay there, trying my damnedest to get up without using my now broken fingers. And I'm just gonna yell, "Damn it, kid, get off of me. We need to go."
I'm gonna become dead weight.
God. It's a good thing you're a midget, but yeah, roll me endurance, Ace, and then if you succeed, roll me strength.
Oh, God damn it.
Alright.
Succeed.
You are able to endure the
Not die.
pain. You are
But not move.
able to stand up. You are enduring the pain, but there is no possible way for you to get up without using your slightly broken hand with your stick.
I'm gonna stop, and I'm just gonna like turn to her and say, "You do realize that last week, or a couple of weeks ago, we let a homicidal / suicidal maniac drive away in a tank, and you're now keeping us nearest to the tank."
What the fuck are we gonna do? You can barely move, and
We're gonna run.
You can't run! You can't even walk properly, bitch!
Not with you breaking my spine.
Fuck you! I broke my ribs!
Well, maybe you shouldn't have done that.
Well, maybe you should have stayed in bed until I told you you were fine.
I told me I was fine. Damn it, I can walk.
And who's the fucking doctor, bitch?
Whose body is it, bitch?
Technically, I'm the one taking care of it, so it's mine until it's healed.
That is not sound logic.
Whoever said it was supposed to be logical?
I thought you were the logical one of the two of us.
I can't breathe!
Neither can I. Get off my spine.
I'm gonna attempt to sit up.
Oh, roll me endurance -4. You do manage to sit up. You are now wheezing. You're fairly certain you can feel your ribs moving into semi-place as they grind up against each other. And you're fairly certain you almost broke another rib as you were sitting up.
Alright. I'm gonna stand up.
Well, roll me endurance -5. Standing's gonna be a little bit of an issue for you. You do manage to stand up, which is bad for Ace because you're now standing directly on his back with all of your weight.
I'm giving him a back massage. I'm gonna walk off his back.
Oh!
You suck.
Oh, endurance -2, Ace.
God damn it. I'm gonna die before the end of this treatment.
You are in
Wow.
ungodly levels of pain.
Are you even awake?
You're fairly certain you have met the devil himself. He has reached his hand out to you and slapped you with it.
I'm just gonna snap at her. I told you to get off my back, not do a tap dance on it.
I'm fairly certain he's not gonna get up for a while, so I'm gonna walk out the door.
Cool.
And as I walk out the door, I'm not like walking out the door, I'm just opening the door to the outside. And can I tell if there's anybody outside?
There is not. There's a bunch of people who are in the city, obviously, but everyone's either in their homes or they are talking strategies or stuff like that. There's very few people outside at the moment. It's probably like 6 a.m. or so.
I'm gonna shout, "Hey," and hope that it's pointed at somebody.
All you get is someone saying, "Shut up! I'm trying to sleep."
I need fucking help, bitches!
Oh, that's not. Oh. You, the only person who goes to help you is the only person who's regarded as a medic at the moment.
God damn it.
As he, like, comes over to you, he's like, "Oh, you need some help?"
I need to get this dumbass, pointing down at Ace, back into bed and strap him down.
I'm fine. We're leaving. I'm
Shut up.
older. It's my decision.
I will knock your ass out. He needs to go back in bed so he can finish healing before we leave.
See, my question is, how does
I'm in
this
better
guy...
shape than you are.
I'm the fucking doctor, bitch!
Then maybe you should consider your own safety. How are you gonna keep me alive if you're dying?
Medicine, obviously.
And who's gonna make the medicine if you're dying?
I'll make it before I'm dead, obviously.
I don't think that's how that works.
Who's gonna make me use the medicine after you're dead?
This guy! I'm gonna jerk my thumb at the guy next to me.
Do you want to get him killed?
I'm gonna look at the guy who's next to me. How old are you, son?
22?
22?
20,
He's older
22?
than you, so you gotta listen to him, bitch!
You see, he just sees Ace rolling in such a position that he can draw his gun.
Ace, I swear to God, if you shoot that, I'm gonna kick you in the face!
He's just don't look over Ace. I think...
Can I go take his
think...
gun from him?
No, you
opposing
cannot.
strengths.
I'd like to luck roll.
Yeah, give me a luck -3 here. Alright.
Damn it.
So know how you had all of the fingers and your shooting gun perfectly fine?
God damn it.
She just broke 3 of your fingers. Namely, your index finger, your thumb, and your middle finger as she yanks the gun away from you.
Ah!
Sasuke, roll me
I'm gonna
endurance
take
-4.
-4?
Yeah. Alright, you're very winded at the moment from exerting yourself, ripping the gun out of his hands, and you're fairly certain you just broke another rib, but you're
That's
still
fine.
standing.
I'm gonna now hold it in pinched fingers. The gun in pinched fingers. I'm gonna turn to the other guy. Get his ass in bed before I start experimenting on you. And no, you're not gonna leave because I'm gonna teach you how to be an actual fucking doctor.
He kind of like looks at Ace, and Ace, you can see the absolute pure terror in this man's eyes.
I just look him in the eye, look down at my belt where my other gun is, and then look him in the eye again, dead silent.
You know, I think maybe your friend is fairly okay. He doesn't look that injured to me, you know.
My brother is injured and he needs to heal. Now, this can go one of two ways. I will take all of his guns and you can strap him down, or I will knock both of your asses out, wait for you to wake up, and force you to learn how to become a good doctor. Which one would you prefer?
He kind of reaches into his pocket and like pulls out a syringe. Does this work?
Ace, what color is the syringe?
You can tell it's
what
pure
color is this?
adrenaline. It's the exact same one that he used on her last time.
Yeah, that'll work.
Can I? Okay, I'm gonna hold my hand out flat and ask him to give me just give me the syringe.
Okay. He just
I'm
kind
staring daggers at him.
he just kind of lays it in your palm.
Now, Ace, you didn't tell me the color, which means I don't trust you on what this is.
It could be.
Okay,
Stimpack.
DM.
Can I-
What color would a sedative be?
A sedative, probably. I don't actually know.
Would you remember? Because you don't have the.
I'm dealing with you constantly. This is our go-to thing. Is
A sedative
when
would probably
we
be one
find
of the very
a
few
thing.
medicines that he would be able to recall just off the top of his head. Now, stim packs, on the other hand, he would not be able to tell the color of. But sedatives, oh yeah, you've used them on him far too many times. Probably more times than would be healthy for most people.
Specifically in the past 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. I would say that sedatives are probably like a yellowish orange color, and then adrenaline would be like a orange color.
It's orange. It's a sedative.
Salative.
It's the same crap you've been pumping me full of the past 2 weeks.
Oh god.
The
Hey,
kid
Ace,
just kind
here's
of
the thing.
looks at you, and he's just like, "Yeah, that I think that's a sedative." And you see, I'm not going to roll bluff on him because he legitimately has no idea what he just gave you.
So, alright, Ace. I'll believe you. But I'll warn you because sedatives and adrenaline are basically the same color. If this is a sedative, it's sleepy time. If this is adrenaline, you'll probably end up having a heart attack because you don't need adrenaline and you're not dying.
Say that to my painful fingers.
Alright, it's either a heart attack or you're going sleepy time. And I start getting ready to give him the dose.
Ace, roll me. What's your? Oh, let me look at your endurance real quick.
Ace, you're gonna have a heart attack.
Roll
Please
me
don't
endurance
make me do
-2
this.
real quick.
Ace, you're gonna have a heart attack. Don't do this.
You
I
may
roll luck
actually
instead?
get hurt. Yeah, roll me endurance -2 real quick. This is a very difficult roll for. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Ace, if I give you this, you're
Okay,
gonna
I have
have
a
a heart
plan though.
attack.
I have a plan though.
This is gonna hurt.
When she tries to inject it, I want to twitch my arm so that it doesn't get in my bloodstream.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to go into your bloodstream to take an effect. It just has to go into your body.
Oh, that I don't
But does
even.
Ace know that?
Oh, Ace
I
probably
doubt
does
it.
not.
But if I mess up on the needle placement and I end up cutting through a vein or cutting into an artery, you'll start bleeding out internally.
It's
And we'll
gonna
have to.
really suck for you guys. Ace, roll me agility and then
Do
roll
I have
me
to roll
luck
doctor
-3.
against it?
Roll me agility +4. See whether or
Okay.
not you accidentally slice into the wrong thing. So Ace is able to twitch.
-3.
Ooh. Alright, cool. So Ace twitches. Sasuke can't really adjust properly because she can't breathe at the moment. Her body is taxed and she can't properly focus, so she does not hit into his vein directly, just stabs into his arm. But because of Ace's luck, she doesn't do anything that could make him completely bleed out and do it. You just get squirted in the face by blood. It's a very familiar sensation.
I'm gonna get a dark look cast over my face.
I'm gonna get a smug look cast over mine, and I'm gonna start using my newfound adrenaline to boogity.
Yeah, you're going into a heart attack, I hope you know.
That's fine. It wouldn't be the first time.
You attempt to stand up. You really do. You're up like wiggles, and I assume so you don't slice into anything more. You don't
retracted the
hold on
needle.
to the needle.
I've retracted the needle out of his arm with a dark look in my face.
It's a smart plan. As he stands up, and then he hits the floor.
See, it was a sedative.
You're in a remarkable amount of pain. Your heart feels like it's going 200 miles an hour. You can't really breathe at the moment, and you want to
I think
die.
I gave him a sedative, so I can't treat it because I don't think he's having a heart attack because I think he just passed the fuck out.
Okay, question DM.
Uh-huh.
Because of adrenaline making my heart beat faster, wouldn't that technically mean that my blood is
Your breathing would speed up as well.
my
become
breathing would
labored.
speed up, my blood would go through? Would that technically mean I heal faster since blood circulation is
No,
heightened?
it hurts you more, bro.
Because adrenaline has a wonderful property which makes it so you ignore literally all pain. Well, almost all pain, which is not very good in your situation. But you feel top of the world at the moment. You're also attempting to breathe. You hit the floor and then you kind of stand back up. You're wobbling a little bit. You feel
He got
fantastic
back
and
up.
also very worrying. And the kid kind of looks at you. He's like, uh, 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 um, uh, uh, school?
I can
I'm
tell
not
his breathing is
zombified
getting.
yet, kid.
I can tell his breathing's getting harder and faster, right?
Oh yeah, you can also
Can
hear
I
him
roll
stand
doctor?
back up and also wobble. Yeah, roll doctor minus 30. Yeah, you can very clearly tell he's having a very bad reaction to adrenaline after hitting the ground. You're also fairly certain he just opened up more wounds on his head, and you don't think he notices how much pain he's in or how badly he's taxing his body as he is now walking at a
And he's going into
heightened pace.
cardiac arrest. All right.
Yeah, he's about to.
Cool. Can I roll doctor to get him to start trying? Oh fuck! How am I gonna get it? How the
Oh, hard to restart a stopped heart. Adrenaline is typically a good way to go.
his heart hasn't stopped yet, but it's going so fast that it's about to hit. It's about to hit critical,
You
and then
could
he's gonna
stab him
go.
in the asshole with a stim pack, which might help. Although you don't have one on hand, you're fairly certain the kid does, but you don't know if he would actually know what a stim pack is.
Basically, I need to counteract
You know what I
the
need?
adrenaline. Can
I need
I
booze.
go through? Can I roll doctor and find something that'll counteract the adrenaline running through his body?
Roll me chemistry minus 40. Oh my god. You're
As
desperately
she's rummaging.
searching as I assume you start walking towards the door, and this kid ain't don't stop you. You don't think he can. Think he might have pissed
Um,
himself.
okay, who has the gun?
uh,
I do.
yeah, she does, although
Sasuke,
it's
would she
right
have put
on the
it
bed at the
down
moment.
to... I'm gonna grab the gun and I'm gonna
I
head
would
out
have
the
put it.
door.
I would have done the thing that I've seen you do 1,000 times, which is you put it like I don't. I don't have like a. I don't have a belt on my pants, but like you put it. You know, like you put it in the pants, like just the upper lining of the pants, like on your back. You know.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know that I ever would have done that, honestly, but sure.
she air quotes saw it in a movie.
I air quotes that. Actually, no. I probably could. Hold on. I'm just gonna do that because it's out of my way, but it's still on my body.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, which gun did you grab?
The one you pulled out.
I never pulled a gun.
Now
Yeah, you
you
did.
pulled the
I
gun on the
I
kid.
showed the gun to the kid.
I thought you
I didn't.
pulled
I
out a
never pulled
Pointed
it
it
gun
out.
at him.
and then you showed the gun.
I rolled over so that I could pull the gun, or in a position to pull the gun. I never said I pulled the gun.
Ah.
So you just kind of yeeted one of my guns out of my belt.
I yanked it from your belt and put it in my pants.
I have 3 of them.
And one of them's mine now.
Jesus Christ. So you wish to take back your gun? You just don't go straight for the door.
I'm going to. I wish to take back my gun.
Okay. So she's currently attempting to find something in her mixture of chemicals and potions and booze and whatever else she has inside of her bag. So you probably have about 3 minutes before you have a heart attack, and that's not nearly enough time for her to give a crap about you grabbing your gun. Because,
You know what? Actually, I changed my mind because all I need to do is get far enough out of the city to be impossible for her to drag back, when I pass out. So I'm actually just gonna start heading for the door. Fuck my gun. She'll bring it with her.
The kid just kind of looks at you. He's like, uh, Miss, girl, do you want? No, he's walking out.
He's what?
Uh, don't. He has a gun. Don't think I should grab him, sir. Sir, do you mind if I grab you, sir?
Then take his gun and drag his ass
Kiss
back
my
here.
ass, crack monkey.
Drag his ass back here so I can stop his heart attack. Because if he has a heart attack right now, he's dying. Do you want that blood on your hands? I didn't think so. Now drag his ass back here and take his guns away from him.
What if I just I'm just don't follow him? He kind of like starts walking out the doors. It's like I'll keep an eye on him.
As soon as he has a heart attack, bring him back as soon as possible.
I'll keep an eye on him. I don't think I can drag him. You do manage to figure out how to make a counter.
To drag his ass back here.
Does anyone want to help me drag this sick man back to bed? No! I said no.
Fine. If you want something done right, you have to do it your fucking self. How long does it take me to make this concoction to stop his heart attack and counteract
Probably a
the
minute
adrenaline?
or two. He's well out of the gates of the area at this point. He's beelining towards where Burnout was, which is quite a distance away.
And
I am whistling rather loudly because I do want you to follow
with me, right?
Huh?
The other kid is still talking with me because the other people said no.
After they said no, he did what he said he was going to do and walked towards where Ace was and keep an eye on him, possibly with the intent to drag him back or possibly to attempt to fix him. You don't know which is worse.
Can I roll endurance to sprint as fast as possible?
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Roll me endurance -4.
Oh, fuck.
You attempt to, and you hit the ground hard as you kind of bounce. He looks at you as he's a little bit of distance away. And he looks at you and he's like, "Do you want me to pick you up?"
Can I get back up and start sprinting again?
You're fairly certain you may have just punctured something. So roll me endurance -5 to see if you can actually stand. Nah, you definitely punctured something. Broken ribs with meeting the floor does not equal into a healthy lifestyle.
I'm gonna start crawling.
He's just gonna like run towards you, kind of pick you up and put you on his head before he starts running. Which possibly shoves the bone deeper into your lung. That's fun. As you are indeed catching up to Ace. Ace, roll me endurance -2. You have made it a little bit of a distance outside of Passion's Sake, probably about that far. Is quite a distance. It's quite remarkable for that. And then you hit the ground. You hit probably harder than Sasuke did, as you were running at full speed, and then your heart just stopped.
Can I roll luck to make sure I don't die until she gets there?
Sure. Roll me luck -3 to see whether or not you hit something kind of bad. You shockingly, as you fall, tumble, slam your face, and roll onto incredibly rocky ground that this section is. You hit the ground, you roll, you pummel your way into several rocks, and you don't have many wounds. Only mostly flesh wounds. Your stopped heart is currently exceptionally concerning, and everything else is
The
mostly fine.
adrenaline is working.
It really is. The doctor kind of reaches that area before he kind of picks you up, which is infinitely more painful. It kind of just puts you on the ground. He doesn't let go of you though, as you can't stand. So he just kind of gently lowers you to the floor.
I'm gonna feel for Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Do I find Ace?
Yeah, you find him.
Is he breathing?
No.
I start chest compressions to bring him back.
Roll me endurance -4.
Ow! Wow! Haha, bitch!
You are straining. You're fairly certain your lung is starting to fill up with blood, but you are in fact able to slam your entire body weight into his and start chest compressions. Ace, roll me endurance flat.
Endurance flat is still bad.
You
It's still very bad.
you are very much so unconscious. Roll me a 1d100, get above a 51. Or
I'm
yeah.
dying. Interesting.
I think that's how that works.
Get above a what?
I believe a 51. Or, sorry, below 51. Yes. Hold on. I now have to double check the rules. I don't remember if it's above or below. I think
I
it's
want to say it was
below
below.
because
Ow.
y'all have not rolled below 51 yet. Till now.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, well.
Oh, I
Yeah.
still have a failed death save.
You do. You have one. So, you.
Wait a minute. No, I don't. Because it says in the rules, until you take a long rest. It stays with you until a long rest.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks. I would have taken
Oh,
at
neat.
least one long rest.
Cool. Yeah, so you aren't dead. You do start breathing again. You're just now very unconscious, and the doctor's looking over you as Sasuga, roll me endurance -4.
God damn it. Can I help her with this?
You are still awake. You are just fairly certain
Damn it,
you're
Ace!
dying.
You should have listened to me.
You should have listened to me. If you would have just let me walk out, we'd have been fine.
No, we wouldn't have. Should have listened to the fucking doctor.
So you're very awake at the moment. You're just very conscious of the fact that you've punctured your own lung.
Nice. Okay. Have I restarted his heart?
Oh yeah, he is now breathing. He is not gonna be awake. Unless you decide to slap him full of adrenaline again. Which, by the way, the kid pulls out another file of. It's like, this worked last time. Wonder if it'll work again.
You stab him, I stab you.
What if I do it when you're asleep?
Do you want to find out what my homebrewed concoction is?
No.
Oh.
I didn't think so. Now, put me on the ground. I will sit right here. You drag his ass back to bed, tie him to the fucking bed, and then come back and get me, and I will start training you nicely on how to be a doctor.
He looks at you, and the fact that you are barely able to breathe, your breath is hitching with every word that you say, your hands are trembling, you are shaking, you are visibly pained, you are losing blood in your face, and he looks at you and he says, I mean, you look alright.
Oh my, did he? Oh no! Alright. Then drag his
He
ass
just
to bed.
kind of grabs Ace's leg. Now, this man is not a very strong man.
Do not drag him by the leg.
He's not a very strong
know how
man. He's not a very
Do you know
smart
how to
man.
fireman carry?
Do you think he could lift my dead weight?
That's why firemen carry, make it easier to
He's
pick
like,
up and carry dead weight.
No.
Carry, but not pick up.
No, it does. They have a whole video on it.
No,
Not
I've
as
never.
easy as
How
drag.
do you pick him up?
So there was this video I watched one time on how to how some firemen can easily get people onto their back and start carrying them. Basically, they it's really kind of funny because they end up doing like a somersault and they get them onto their back
Oh
after doing
yeah, I
the
remember that.
somersault thing,
Oh,
and then they stand up
don't.
and walk.
Oh,
But I'm not
oh.
gonna explain that to him because
Oh,
that would
okay. I was
break
about to roll intelligence to see what this man was going to do.
No, I'm not gonna explain that to him because one, he would fuck it up, and two, he would kill Ace.
Full body weight on Ace's chest. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. No,
I'm gonna
he would
tell him
pick
you
me up
see.
and then continue to roll and then slam me down like a fucking just Mexican wrestler.
He just kind of he looks at you as he's holding Ace's leg, and he just kind of tugs, and you hear Ace's head thump against the rock.
Okay, one, you want to grab his arm, sling one of his arms over your shoulder, and his other arm will be on the other side of your body. You'll get into like a crouch position. You'll pull his arm over you, pull him mostly onto your back, and that'll be the easiest and safest ways to drag him back to his room and tie him to the bed.
I see. Alright, so you just pick up his arm, alright, you pull over my shoulder, I'm gonna grab his belt, and
Gently.
we're
Make sure
gonna,
you're
we're gonna
gentle.
lift. We're gonna
And with
lift.
that, my head thunks on the ground again.
Alright, we're gonna. Whew. You're so much lighter than he is. We're gonna. Oh, we're gonna lift. Whew.
Do you know anybody who's strong?
It just kind of like falls to the ground.
He did not just drop Ace.
Ace is now on his back. His head may or may not have just thunked on the ground. Okay, he's like, he's too heavy for me.
Then
Ow.
I suggest you go find somebody who is strong enough to pick him up.
All
We
right.
can wait here. Leave your
One problem.
doctor's bag.
One problem with that.
Yeah?
He's on top of me.
Ace is on top of you.
Yeah. I can't get up now.
Oh god. I'm going to very gently scooch my way over to where his voice is coming from and gently try and roll Ace very gently, make sure his head doesn't hit the ground anymore, off of said idiot. I hope you brought your doctor's bag, because if you didn't, this is going to be really bad.
I always bring that with me. Ow, got my back.
I'm going to gently roll Ace off of him.
Alright. Whew. Roll me endurance -2 real quick. Taking it slow. You are having great trouble actually moving at this point. Your lung is slightly filling with blood. Thankfully, the hole that your bone made is pretty tightly wound around the bone. So not much is able to really flood into your lungs. Every movement, though, is agonizing. But you're able to withstand it because you are a freak of nature. As you finally roll Ace off him, he's able to stand. He grabs his doctor bag. He puts it down. He's like, all right. I don't know what's in this bag, actually.
All right. I'm going to pull out some chemicals, and you're going to tell me the color of said chemicals.
I can do that. See, I was taught by my trainer that if you pull out random chemicals and you start pushing onto someone, one day they'll live. Or they'll die. Depends on
Nope.
which chemical you gave them.
This is how we're going to do this, okay?
Okay.
I take out the first chem.
Okay.
I'm going to
Yeah.
have him tell me the color.
Basically tells you it's jet.
Okay. Now this is something you only use in combat. This is not for healing purposes unless you are trying to heal in combat, or this doesn't actually heal anybody. This just makes them bigger, better, faster, and stronger. I'm gonna set that off to the side. I'm gonna grab
I
the next
see.
chem.
Alright. This one is, hold on, I need to pull up the list of chemicals real quick, and then, is that in, is that in the Dweller's Guide, or is that inside the Equipment tab?
It's in the equipment, I think.
Actually, I probably have them right here, actually. Wasteland gear. Ah, chems. Alright, cool. We're gonna roll a 1d 25. I don't actually know how many chems there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You pull out turbo. Basically an advanced form of jet.
Okay. This is called turbo. This is jet on drugs. So it does everything jet can do, but
It
better.
also gives you total AP times 2.
Set that next to the jet. I pull out the next one.
Maybe
Alright, the
put that
next
in your
one, we're
bag.
gonna... Same roll here. Number 4. You are in very much so pain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Buff tats. Max HP plus 50. Carry weight plus 300. Strength plus 1. It's a bottle of pills.
Alright. It's not something we can use right now, but this would be very, very good in combat for healing and making sure you can get a lot of
It
things
actually
done.
doesn't heal.
You just said max HP plus.
Yeah, max HP, not current HP.
Oh, never mind. Very good for combat. Anyway, next one.
I would love to continue, but you aren't looking very hot.
I pull out the next one. What is the next one?
His concern increases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Mentats. Perception plus 2, intelligence plus 2, charisma plus 1. Bottle pills.
Then, why do you not have any healing items?
It's kind of just the stuff that he had inside of his cabinet. Told me to drain his cabinet, put it into the bag, and then use it if he ever died.
Alright. Well, I have had a punctured lung for far too long. I'm gonna take care of that. If you're afraid of blood, look away now.
Hey! He pulls out some healing powder.
I'm gonna need that in a minute. And I'm gonna start trying to unpuncture my punctured lung without killing myself.
Roll me doctor minus 75 and your endurance minus 6.
I'm about to
Wow.
knock myself out.
Jesus Christ.
Bitches, I'm unstoppable.
You've learned from Krampus. Oh, Ace, roll me luck minus 2, and then if you succeed, endurance minus 2. You've learned from Krampus how not to fall down. And you kind of take... I'm assuming you take a knife to open yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so only real knife you have is the ones Ace takes such wonderful care of. So you know for a fact they're sharp as fuck.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna trust his scalpels that he has in his bag. I trust Ace, so I grabbed the one off of his leg.
Ace, you
Ace, if you wake up, you're gonna see me cutting myself open.
you start to stir slightly as she grabs it from your leg, but you unfortunately not awake just yet. As she...
I'm gonna wake up to you, fucking handle deep knife in your stomach.
as she takes the knife, kind of takes off her shirt, which is very uncomfortable for what's his face here. We don't even name for him. He's just Kid Medic. As you slice into your chest frame, which normally would be an incredibly painful endeavor, but you can't feel anything at the moment, which is a very bad sign for you. As you reach your hand
I'm
into
losing
said
blood.
wound and rip your broken rib out of your chest frame,
Nice.
out of your
Sick,
punctured
dude.
lung, take his healing powder, and slap that son of a bitch inside of you.
Nice. Sick, dude. Such metal. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, I can at least breathe now, and I'm not dying, right?
You're able to feel the fact that you no longer have a punctured lung, but you're now bleeding. You're not dealing with the fact that you are now bleeding quite heavily.
Cool.
He does have some comics though. It makes you sneak more.
I don't care about comments.
It's the next
Cool,
thing
I'm
he
gonna-
pulls out.
I'm gonna.
Does this work?
Nope. I'm gonna try and stop my bleeding.
Alright, 14 is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Psycho buff. Strength plus 3, intelligence minus 3, max HP plus 4, damage modifier plus by 0.1.
Don't need that shit.
13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Jet, he finds again. And Psycho, he finds again. Isn't it like
She
ripping
just
things out of
needs
his bag at this point?
Bandages.
Can I
Disease
reach
cure.
in and can I reach in and pull out some band-aids and stuff?
Yeah,
Maybe
those
some
would be
sewing
there.
needles and thread.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So it's actually only 25 items in here. So he pulls out some gum. But yeah, you're able to pull out a couple of useful things.
Cool. I'm gonna start stitching myself up so I stop bleeding out.
Cool. 9, 10, 11. He pulls out some more mentats. There's a lot of mentats in there. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He pulls out one stim pack.
That'll be useful in just a minute.
Oh, he also pulls out another disease cure.
Why do you have such random bullshit?
I don't know. He like flips over his bag. Let's see. Out of it comes 2, 3, 4, 5 more comics. Daddy-O. Perception plus 4, intelligence plus 4, charisma minus 2. A day tripper. Strength minus 1, charisma plus 3, luck plus 3, charm plus 25, and deception plus 25. So useful to you. A healing salve. And 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Right away.
As I'm explaining all of these to him.
Ace, roll me luck minus 4.
And I'm stitching myself together.
You're slowly regaining feeling. Is
Nice.
unpleasant. He does,
after I get,
however, drop something that you hear on the ground. Is one thing you've never heard before. And he looks at it and he's like, this is probably junk, as he just kind of moves over to the side.
What was that?
Oh, it's, I don't know what this is, actually. There you go.
Can you describe it to me?
What he describes is an ultra stim pack.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, you're right. This is useless. At least right now, because I'm not on the verge of dying. This, I'm gonna explain to him. is an ultra.
Don't explain it to him. Just
I'm being
take
a
it.
teacher. No, I'm not that mean.
I am.
I'm not! Get over it!
As it cures more health than Ace has.
Wow.
It has a plus 50 health on it. 60, 10 plus 50.
I would need that for Krampus.
I didn't even
It
know that Krampus has
legitimately
that
flat
much.
heals more health than Ace has.
That is horrifying.
It flat heals what, 60?
Plus 50.
Oh, plus 50?
Yeah.
It flat heals almost my entire HP bar.
Yeah.
Alright, so I explained to him what that is. And then, like, as I'm doing this, I'm taking that healing salve. So, like, I stitch together my lung. I put some healing salve on it, put some on my bone, stitch myself together a little bit more, put a little bit more healing salve.
Ace, roll me endurance
stitch it.
plus 1.
So just like basically between each layer of stitching, I'm putting like healing salve and stuff on it.
Alright, cool. Your eyes slowly start to open, and this man's first goddamn reaction, upon seeing you start to move, is very, very simple.
I'm like
Cool.
I'm like wrist deep into my chest right now.
On. This man's reply to seeing you move was very simple. He grabbed the syringe and stabbed you in the arm with it. Ah!
Why?
What did he stab him with?
The Ultra Stim Pack.
You idiot! You
Oh,
motherfucking idiot!
Oh, you're moving. Oh. Sorry, reflex. You feel better than you've ever felt before. You're fairly certain that you could tiptoe on glass and feel okay. You're fairly certain right now you could hand fight Krampus and succeed. You are feeling top of the world. Your bones in your hands have now fixed themselves excruciatingly, but that doesn't matter. It fixed itself. It's fine. And you are feeling top of the world.
I want to just spring up and with a just manic smile across my face, like a
Hey,
Jap
he's
taxi
okay now.
mask level
That did good.
smile. And I just want to fucking pull out both of the guns I have left and start spinning them, shooting them into the air, doing tricks and shit. Just, I feel like a god.
As he's doing that, I'm still wrist deep in my chest trying to stitch myself together.
Hey, I fixed him. That did good.
I am not responding to you anymore.
Oh, hey, kid, you found me. Why are you?
Oh yeah, I have your knife in my other hand. I have one hand wrist deep and the other hand is covered in blood with your knife from your belt.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to clean blood off of metal?
Yes.
Then why are you using my knife?
Because I do not trust him and his scalpels that he might have.
I look at him and his derpy face and shrug.
I have a perfectly good scalpel. He pulls out the smallest scalpel you've ever seen. It's very sharp.
Is it a 10 blade?
It's very small.
Oh, no, if it's very, very small, then it'd be like a 12 blade. Oh.
Like, you probably wouldn't be able to hurt your pinky very well with it. It's very sharp, so you could easily stab your pinky. But, yeah. Is a perfectly good scalpel, I'll have you know.
I'll have you know that won't do much damage other than just...
Here, let me see that real quick. I'm gonna bend over and...
There you go.
Cool. Cool, thanks. I want to stab him in the arm with...
He just kind of looks at it in the arm, he looks at you, he looks at it again, he looks at Sasuke, and he's like, see, it works.
I'm just gonna leave it sticking out of his arm. Like I jammed it in there like I was trying to fucking kill a deathclaw with a toothpick. It's probably like bone deep in his bicep.
Yeah, it's real in there.
That's for
Yeah.
stabbing me with random crap you don't understand.
She said it was good. I think that's the one she said was good.
You
Weren't
think?
paying attention.
Well, there's a lot of things that fell in my bag. Like this one. On. Number 14, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Psycho Buff.
Did
Like
you
this
just
one.
stab somebody with it?
I don't know what it does, actually. He
As I
looks at
explained
Ace.
before, it's
I
Psycho
still
Buff,
have the
idiot.
gun in my hand.
So you're telling me this would be useful to shove into him?
No.
Oh.
Sasuke just hears the hammer being pulled back on my revolver.
Sir, if I were you, I would run very far away very quickly.
He pulls out a stim pack. I can use this on you.
Actually, that I'll take.
Oh, but she looks more injured than you.
Yes, but I don't trust you to put it where it needs to be. Hand it over.
Okay. Kind of like puts in your hands.
All right. Now you heard her. Get.
I'm just kind of grabs his bag and slowly starts putting stuff into it. Mentats.
5,
Look,
Oh.
4,
Ace, hold on.
3.
I'm sorry for being mean, but he has a short temper. I appreciate all of your help today, and I'll teach you as much as I can before we leave.
I mean, I'm only a doctor because they need one, so it wasn't really my profession,
What did you want to be?
God, on. um, why, to be a dancer?
Then go be a dancer. I will train somebody else who wants to be a doctor.
There's
Have you
no
ever
one who
heard of a
wants to
gang
be a
called the
doctor in
Dapper
that town. Have you
Mutants?
met them?
I will find somebody. Go follow your dreams while you still can.
My dancing dreams. Oh, and I need to see. He raises up, he smiles, he looks to the sky, drops his bag in front of you, and he starts tap dancing his way back to Passion City. I think you
Hey,
guys can
free
tell why
shit.
he was a really shady doctor.
Yeah.
It's all making sense now.
They chose the worst of the crop to try and be a doctor.
I wouldn't be so sure.
If he was holding anything but a super stim pack, he would have done way more damage to you.
Yeah, but I still trust him more than the last guy.
Last guy probably would have hit you with a hammer while you were down. So that's probably a fair assessment.
Alright, so, you want to help me?
Oh, what did you do this time? I bend down and start helping her.
I may have punctured my lung while chasing after you.
Again?
Her chest does not look good. It looks better now that she's slapped a lot of healing salve on it, but it does not look good.
I assume I would be at least moderately proficient with sewing,
Yeah, you sewed
considering
up
I
a
would have
lot of
done the
your own
first.
clothes.
Probably a lot of my own skin as well, considering I've been in dangerous fields a lot longer than I've known her.
Yeah, stabbed, shot, sliced, grazed, burned, self wounds. Trying to remove burned off skin, sewing back what
Yeah,
you could. Yeah, you're really good with a needle and thread.
I'm gonna. I don't really know if there's any sort of sedatives. Most of what I ever used as sedatives or like
Hmm.
any sort of pain meds was just alcohol.
You have no idea what
So,
most of the like 90% of the drugs on the ground are, except for the Radaway and the one stim pack on the ground.
yeah, so I'm gonna like pick I'm gonna find a stick that doesn't look too dirty, hand it to her, say, bite down on this, and start sewing her up.
God. As you're able to actually feel things now, roll me endurance -4, Yuki.
Oh no.
As feeling is finally returning to your chest. Mostly because it's actually being healed. Yeah, yeah. You have felt this pain many a time. It feels very similar to being stabbed in the chest frame. Just, 30 or 40 times in a row. Breathing's okay
It would
now.
just be a small stab.
Yeah, breathing's okay now. Your lung is not filling up with liquid, best left undescribed. You are in a lot of pain, but you're able to move. And he eventually sews up your chest and puts a shirt back on you.
I'm also going to uh inject her with the stim pack.
You can feel your broken ribs aligning and fusing inside of you.
That probably sounds disgusting.
Oh, it sounds disgusting, it feels disgusting, and it hurts like someone drove a truck into you.
But it's a good kind of hurt because it makes you feel better later.
It's like being a masochist, but with internal wounds. Congratulations, you didn't die.
Now, if you're done
Yeah.
trying to stop me, I'll take my gun back.
It's in my pants.
Yes, I know. I'd rather not go fishing around in your pants.
I'm gonna reach back behind me and reach for the gun and hand it to him.
Reach for the scars.
I'm gonna put it back in its holster and then pick her up, pick up all of the
Shit on the
uh
ground.
all of the meds and drugs
Shove it into the
and
bag and start walking.
yep, start walking to burnout.
You are feeling better than you felt for months. She is feeling worse than she has felt for the last couple weeks.
This is all her own doing.
On the plus
This wouldn't have
side,
happened if you would have just listened to me.
If you had listened to me, we would have just walked along in companionable silence.
We would have passed out in the middle of nowhere and be eaten by death claws.
I've killed enough death claws.
I don't trust your ability to keep us safe when you have burns the size of my body across your body and the fact that you could barely stand.
So your idea of making that better was to break my trigger finger?
Yep, because then you would have had to stay in town longer.
I would have had to use my other hand, which you also broke fingers on.
See, breaking both of your hands means you have to stay in town longer.
No, it just means that I'll be a worse shot when I leave.
Should I have broken your kneecaps?
You already have.
I'll do it again.
I really wish you wouldn't.
Maybe you should have listened to me. I'm gonna take a nap now.
Jesus.
I'll let you know when we get where we're going.
I passed the fuck out.
She becomes dead weight in your arms, which, considering they're in your arms, is not as bad as when she was on your back. And you feel legitimately just top of the line. Honestly, you feel like you could walk for days, feel like you could take on a death claw, and you are exceptionally fucking hungry.
Metabolism.
You feel like you could eat several cows in a row, the entire thing.
Well, you know what? After an hour or so of being very, very hungry, I will eventually stop to rummage for food and then continue on our way.
Roll me luck real quick.
I probably didn't bring food, did I?
Oh, you absolutely did not bring food. However, the doctor's bag did. Apparently, inside this doctor's bag, there is several days' worth of rations. Apparently, this is very important for doctors. It's only one person's several days of rations, though. You're fairly certain it was the dude's actual supply of food that he meant to bring with him and didn't as he was tap dancing his way to the future.
He'll buy more food.
He'll live. But you do in fact have a nice supply of food. It takes you several days to get there. This mostly involves walking, sleeping, taking care of Sasuke and making sure she doesn't die on you and sleeps properly, and dealing with her being cranky when she wakes up before she sleeps again.
Probably a small modicum of hunting as well,
Yeah. Making sure you got
just to supplement the food.
some good shit. But you eventually do make it to burnout after like 5 or so days. Of course, you didn't tell anyone at Passion City, so they all assume that you're either dead or you decided to take a midnight trip outside to take a leak and never came back. They do
Yeah,
that
that's fine.
sometimes. As you get to burnout, you do see the city, and you do see the big guy as you are, walking at the usual hill. Sasuke is slowly waking up at this point as the morning sun is blazing up ahead. As you kind of look out onto the town and you see the big guy. It looks really peaceful, honestly, with the big guy. He just kind of looks like he's sleeping, like it's a weird statue.
Where
I'm
are
gonna.
we?
I was hoping you'd sleep for a little longer.
And I roll to pass back out.
You can try.
Endurance check?
Yeah, roll me endurance -5.
I pass back out.
Your body's still in quite a bit of pain, so you attempt to pass back out, and you do for, a bit. The sun is still blaring into your eyes, so it's probably not going to be a fairly long sleep.
I would have found either a tree or a stone outcropping
Mhm.
to put her in the shade.
You put her down in the shade, and she curls up and is just kind of peacefully napping there. She looks to be a lot better. Her face is now flushed with actual blood instead of looking like, dead man's ghost. But, yeah.
Instead of looking like never mind. I don't guess we really know of a pale person. I was gonna say Wandy because he always wears a mask, but also he doesn't have much skin left.
He really doesn't. Yeah, you two are probably the palest of your entire group. Uh,
Maybe
which,
Jap, but he's dead. That's why we're here.
yeah. You, however, have no idea where Jap's, dead corpse is. From what, you assume is probably around here, but yeah.
I'm gonna find the highest point in the general area, and I'd like to roll perception.
Okie dokie. Well, perception -2. Alright, cool. It takes you a little bit of looking. It's kind of annoying because there are a lot of holes and divots and stuff in this near desert biome, but you eventually do find what looks to be a cross of sorts with a bag, laying off on the side of it.
Wasn't it just
And
a stone pile?
I don't know. I think she used a stick or something. Sasuke,
No,
what'd you use?
I used stones to make a grave for him. Make a
Ah,
gravestone.
yeah. So it's a pile of stones with a bag that's kind of sort of hanging off of it in a way.
And a bunch of masks on top and around it.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
With
I'm gonna
with his regular one sitting up facing the outside world.
I'm gonna head over to the grave.
Yuki. As you walk out to the grave, is exactly what you thought it was. A grave, bunch of masks, his bag just kind of sitting there. Doesn't look like it's been touched in like several weeks. So there's a fine layer of dust and sand on the top of each of the masks and the bag itself. Hopefully there's no food in there because it's not gonna be good. But I
Yeah,
swear that there was.
dry rations might have lasted.
That might
Canned
last.
goods.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very calm and quiet. As per usual in this area, there's no birds, there's no real wind, there's not a whole lot that's going on in this area. It's very calm. It's almost unnerving.
I'm gonna walk up to the grave and pick up the
Main
his
mask.
usual mask.
Okay.
Kind of turn it around in my hand.
On it, you see a little note that's just kind of taped-ish to the back of it. The note simply reads, "Told you so."
I smirk and give a half-hearted chuckle. You son of a bitch. I reach into my pocket, fish around, find the cold, dry lip that I was handed,
Not very
smack it
pleasant
down on the
inside of
rock.
that pocket, by the way.
I didn't expect it to be.
Mhm.
I put it down where the mask was, on top of the gravestone.
I believe, Yuki, you also put the gun that he used to shoot himself also on that rock.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so that's
Right
also
next
there.
to his mask.
Yeah. So you do see that gun as well. And inside of his bag, he has his usual guns and stuff. Roll me perception -6.
Me?
No, Ace.
I was like, if I get a -6, there ain't no way I'm making anything.
Wow, I see nothing.
Yeah, yeah. You see his gun, you see his mask, you see his bag, and everything looks exactly as you thought it would be. kind of depressing, honestly.
Well,
I
yeah, I would
hold out
hope.
the mask at arm's length, staring at the front of it, and say, "You, sir, were the biggest pain in my ass I've met in a long time. I hope you found whatever piece you were looking for." And with that, I put his mask uh, back in his backpack,
Mm-hmm.
and then take a beer out of mine, set it down next to the gravestone, and then pick up the gun, both backpacks, and walk away.
Hmm. Alright. You start walking back to where you put Yuki. The bag feels about as heavy as expected to be. It has his normal gun, his laser rifle, all the fun stuff in there as you start heading
All the
back.
knives, machetes, bows, arrows,
Do you actually check
gold
his backpack?
bars. Uh, I'm sure I would have at some point.
Yeah. Roll me perception -5.
-5. Wow,
Oh, you do notice it. As you are actually
barely.
checking his bag now, you realize everything's in there, except for a couple of knives. You assume it got stolen. I'm fairly certain you assume it got stolen. It being, probably the only things that he actually probably valued. Except that he seemed to value his gun more, so the fact that's not gone was weird. But yeah, it seems like his knives are kind of stolen. It also seems like maybe something else might have stolen. It definitely was touched at some point in the last couple of weeks, but you're not quite sure everything he had in his bags. So maybe some dude came over and stole his knives and possibly some other equipment from there, possibly some food or rations or whatnot. Laser rifle probably should have been stolen by the best of your knowledge from robbers, but it's also kind of clunky and heavy and doesn't look very good. Same with most of his other weapons. So his bow is just kind of wrapped around his bag, though. Although
Out of
two
all the
arrows seem to be
shit,
gone too, so.
out of all the shit they could have taken, they took his knives. Okay. I might figure out why that is at some point.
Yeah. So you start
And
heading
with
back
that,
to
I'm gonna.
Sasuke?
Yep.
Alright. You head back to Sasuke. Sasuke, are you awake yet?
I don't know. Yes.
Hey. As you walk back to her, you see her kind of softly stirring before she opens up her sealess eyes and stares at you.
You have a nice nap. It only took you a few days to wake up.
Yeah, I had a fairly decent nap. Where were you?
I had some business to take care of.
Were you gambling again?
Uh, After the raid on that compound, I don't think I'm gonna test my luck too much more for the next few months. Purposefully ignoring the fact that I almost killed myself just a few days ago.
Then what were
Ted.
you doing?
You hear an unnatural, like an uncommon level of sincerity and solemnness in his voice, paying respects.
Oh, that's where we're at. Can you walk me over there?
Sure. I set down the. I don't guess I need to set down the backpacks. All right. I bring her over there.
Not the heaviest thing, so it's not very difficult. As you just walk her over there. Once he stops, you can tell that you're there, but you can't really tell anything else.
Hmm. Once I get there, I sit down next to the grave and pay my respects again. And I start talking about what happened a few days ago and how I wish he was there to help me force Ace to not hurt himself. And I tell him about how Wandy's gone now and Krampus is gone too. And I just tell him about everything that's happened since I've left.
You're greeted by a soft gust of wind as you're talking, but that's about all that you get.
That's enough for me. And then I'm gonna turn to Ace. Can we go into town for a moment?
Do you want to?
I need to.
Okay. And I lead her to the gate.
As they lead to the gate, and preferably not have her slowly dying, you do manage to get her all the way over there and make sure she's there safely as well. And as you guys enter the area itself, you're greeted by the very familiar absolute silence of the area. Pure calm, pure. Oh, that's the wrong area. Which area
And that's
was
not
it?
pure calm.
Which one was it?
That's
Burnout.
why
That
I
was
almost died of a heart attack.
it. There we go. We're gonna remove Krampus from this section, and we're gonna put Ace in this section. There we go. Bring her back in a city, and you're rewarded with the calm and quiet. The river being the only thing making any noise in the entire town. And it's just
I'm gonna
quiet.
walk over to the blacksmith's.
Oops. Okay.
And pay my respects to him before going to Remus.
Remus looks at peace, honestly. It's the only thing you can really say about him. He doesn't look like he's changed since the day you guys left. Maybe
Not
a
that
little
I
bit
would
of
know.
dust on him, but maybe a little bit of moss almost.
Not that I would know if he looked any different.
Yeah. He's very cold, though.
I'm going to sit next to Remus and apologize for lying and apologize for everything that I told Krampus that is not the truth.
Aw.
And do the same thing to him like I did to Jap and tell him everything that's happened.
You weren't here last time, Ace, but you can see the little indentation on the ground that Krampus made when he was sitting there, and when he threw down his... You can even see his auto axe still sticking out of the ground where he threw it. As she's talking.
Didn't he take his auto axe with him
Nope,
when
he
we
took
went
his
back to
original.
town?
The only thing that Krampus took with him was his original war axe. He even left his pirate hat back.
Okay.
Yep. Which actually, Ace, you can also see his pirate hat there.
I won't mention that.
Okay. Yeah, you pay your respects to Remus. The wind can't get inside, so it's just silence. The water rushing from the river greets you, and just calm and cold in this city. The morning is slowly getting hotter as you're sitting there, but it's the early morning of a desert, tends to be kind of cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once I'm done paying my respects, I'm just gonna solemnly walk over to Ace.
Mhm.
Let's go find Krampus.
I kind of like pull her in closer and ruffle her hair a little bit before I lead her off to the exit.
I'll let it slide this one time.
Ace just smirks.
You kind of hear the smirk on his face. Alright. So you guys gonna go off on your adventure to the north to find Mr. Krampus? Well, actually, he did have no idea where he went. He just said he was going to go. So, spread the cheer of Christmas all around. So you guys have no idea where he is, but one thing you guys know for absolute certain, wherever Krampus is, there's going to be a very large wake of destruction in his path.
I thought you were gonna talk about the smell, but that's fine. We'll go with
I mean, the smell will come eventually. He still has the blue milk on him. So does Ace, actually.
Oh god, that's right.
Oh god, every time you fall and you slam your chest into something, you get some blue milk in your shirt.
It was covered.
It was, except when you full force body slam it.
Mm.
Which you have
I
done
should wrap that.
many times.
I should wrap that in something.
Probably. You,
Like a trash
so-
What's
bag.
that smell?
Don't worry about that. I'll take care of it later.
I need a bath.
I don't think
Listen, don't
anything
blame
can
me,
clean
blame Krampus.
I haven't been around Krampus in so long. How can you still smell like him?
Do you want me to pour this milk on your head?
You did the do with Krampus.
You know I can still leave you out here in the desert alone, right?
Then what would you do without me? You'd be lonely.
Might be, might not.
Not like that other doctor lady's gonna come for you.
Fuck that bitch.
Ooh, hitting the low blow there. And you guys still have Nadia back home. But yeah, So you guys
No,
going?
Nadia's in the tank.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Not Nadia's with her new boyfriend sailing off to who knows where.
God, the robot and Bob both got a relationship. Ace is still fucking alone. Romantically, anyway.
The robot has gotten more action than you have, and that she did with a tank. That's a horrifying statement. But alright, so you two are gonna go off on your journey to find Krampus, yeah?
Yep.
Alright. So if you guys want to see what their journey kind of entails in a slightly different way, go to Tables of Taurus and go find our Christmas special one-shot where we actually did in the North Pole, and that's technically some 5 years from now. Things have a little bit, changed, obviously, but it's good. But there's one more section I wish to touch upon here today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of Titans Clash. We may do another series in the future. We may do a sequel series. We may do something else that involves other characters. But for now, this is the end of Titans Clash, the Fallout PNP campaign. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I really hope this is just really fun for you guys as is for us. I'm really glad to be a DM. But there's one more section I have to give you folks to really, really make you all hurt a lot. So this is what I'm going to give you guys. Now, I know many of you guys have been wondering what happened to Winchester. So we're actually going to get onto that. Now this is legitimate things. This isn't any, we've been planning this for a little bit. It happened just recently in our heads, and it makes sense for some of the characters. So this is all, makes sense to the plot, even if it doesn't make complete sense. So, without further ado, here is the last portion of Titans Clash. I'll direct your guys' attention right now all the way over to the city of Deathfall. Now, this city was abandoned quite a while ago. It was abandoned because the Wanderer and Avery actually moved up to Passion City and adopted a child named Amelia, who they also nicknamed Amy. She is also known as the Wandering Devil. But that's in the future. Just a little bit before Wandy came up to Death's Fall, Winchester, we're going to have right here. Sorry, he's in my other section. Hold on. Winchester told Avery, who I will pop up right here. Oops, she's tiny. That he was going to go. He was going to go out. There's a technological advancement that he saw a few towns away. And he wanted to go back to it. He wanted to research back. He just don't bring his egg with him. And he wasn't sure when he'd come back, but he'd come back eventually. And so he left. Now, Avery doesn't know what happened to him. She never saw him again. She and Wandy came by, she talked to him, they found out that they truly want to be together. Go check out Epilogue 1 if you want to see that in its entirety. But she eventually left with him, as did all of the band of explosive people. They all left as well, including Vixen Savage and her wife. They took what they could and left. They left the bomb here, though, because obviously it's too heavy and too clunky to really move with them. But they, took it apart to a degree, as scientists kind of fix around with it, and they took what they could, scavenged, and left. Winchester eventually came back, and this was, in fact, his final resting place. As what we see here today, several weeks later, is the dead body of Mr. Winchester. We'll put him right here. Mr. Winchester is laying on the ground. His egg is not next to him, but there is a syringe embedded in his eye. It is empty, and it looks like he died very quickly. And there is a cloaked man, which we will use. We'll use this picture for, because honestly, it's very fitting. A cloaked man who's walking away from the body of Winchester, holding an egg in his bag on his back, juggling a pair of knives, and whistling a hauntingly familiar tune. 99 balls of beer on the wall, 99 balls of beer. Take one down, pass it around, got 98 balls of beer on the wall. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Titans Clash. Thank you all for joining. I'm happy to have you guys. I'm happy to have you viewers. And we will see all of you fine folks on our next series. Auf Wiedersehen.
Done.
We were on death's doorstep until the bitter end and still lived.